What is up, my family in the city, and welcome back to the channel. It's been 2 years. I've been holding on to this for 2 years. And it's not the letter to my ex. It's not that. It's something else that's been on my mind. And y'all wonder why I was so inconsistent since 2021. Because I used to upload every day. I used to have pretty much the highest energy out of all the new generation of YouTubers, at least in my opinion. Um, Let me explain. I've been holding on to this for 2 years. Y'all know that my mom passed away back in 2021. I never really go into full depths of her death and what led up to it, what caused it, and then so on, and the events that the events that happened after it. Um, it's kind of hard to talk about it because it's just like I gotta like dive into my memories now, and it's terrifying. Well, it's not terrifying, it just hurts. It all started during the year the pandemic hit, but it was like around September. My mom had her first heart attack. My mom, we fried some food for her, and we ate fried food too. I think a day after she had a heart attack, and it wasn't too major, but it wasn't that minor either. She had to go to the hospital. I think she stayed a night. Then she came back the next day, and we said, "Yep, no more fried food." So we thought it was just a one-time occurrence, at least in that following year. Now, fast forward to the start of 2021 month. We will dive into February. She had her second heart attack, which was I think a couple days before or after my sister's birthday. And okay, I started panicking because that's two heart attacks she's had. One in September, and not 3-4 months later she had another one. So I didn't really I was in freak out mode because I didn't know what to do. Mom said she'll be fine because she had to go to the hospital. She stayed a couple more nights, and came back. She seemed fine. And now this is where it starts to hurt. Not not too much later in February, she had another heart attack. I think it was like 2 weeks after her second heart attack, but this time it was her third one, and it was much more major than the other two. Cause after her second visit about it, they upped her. I think upped her pills for her heart or lowered them. I don't know, cause she was already on medication for it to begin with, and yeah. So 2 weeks after, she had another heart attack, and this time she had to get airlifted to where we stay now. Her daughter was a nurse, and we obviously moved to be a little bit closer. We stayed with her other daughter that lived in that area. I can't really tell y'all the locations because, well, family privacy and stuff like that. One of my aunts. So we stayed with her, and pretty much all through March, we just been I've been like worried, but because we are still in online classes anyway. We go through March, and we don't get a call about it, but I bury my head in my books. Obviously, try not to worry too much about what's happening. I wanted her to pull through that day, and it seemed like it got worse, and I tried not to pay too much attention to it because I got too scared already. And my aunt and my mom, because we went to go see her, she said, "Focus on your lessons. I'll be all right." So we went to go. We did that. We went to go see her again, and this was like a week before her passing. And I still remember the words as clear as day. We went to say hi to our mom. We saw she was hooked up to all these machines, and because I learned that she had a stroke a couple days before, and not only did she have a stroke, but she had a heart attack that same day. So she was losing blood, and now at that point, I was I was already worried, but at that point I was worried, like worried, sick. And then I remember the words she said to us, cause we had a conversation. She saw how we were growing, and then she was just proud of us. I remember those words as clear as day. And me and my sister, we were hoping that she'll pull through. We were saying we're praying for you, and mom said she's on her last lap. Hurt. That's when it hit hard. And I don't know if y'all know the feeling of hearing your mother say that she's on her last lap, because at that point you already know it's that she's getting closer to the gates of heaven. And I'm like, nah, mom, you'll pull through, or at least that's what I wanted to say to her. All we could do was say, we're hoping and praying that you do pull through. And I think a couple nights, as soon as we went back, like she was just on my mind. I didn't miss school. I didn't miss online classes, but I wasn't into my lessons that day because those words they were lingering in my head, and it's painful to hear my mom say that. So, a couple nights before she passed, I prayed because don't get me wrong, I was praying and hoping she pulled through before then, but I went to God this time and said, God, if it is your will that our mom must go, please relieve her of her pain. But I also said, please let her pull through because I didn't want my mom to pass. And on top of that, I remember some things she used to say to us before she got like sick. She said, I want to be there for your graduation. I want to be there for when y'all go to college. And I'm just hoping that I get to see y'all grow up. And, that was the same year I was getting ready to graduate. So I thought at least she'll hold on long enough to see me graduate. Not a couple of nights later. I remember the day as clear as I don't know what. April 1st, 2021, on a Friday night. I never talked about it on April 1st because y'all would have probably assumed that I was pranking y'all, and I just buried it down deep inside, and I just never brought it up again. We got a call from my other aunt that we were staying with. She told us that our mother has passed away. I could not talk about it. The voice that you always heard in the background in some of my videos back where I used to live, that was my mom. And when I edit, she just says some of the craziest things, and it will show up in the video. I would cut it out because I didn't cut it fully out. Like you would still hear her voice before then, and it just gave life to just the video, to the content I was making. Two things happened that day. It was already a heavy hitter when we got the news that she passed. But y'all remember Rose Moore from the Minecraft videos that I used to do with her. We have fun. She made my thumbnails back then. She made a couple of them this year. But no. That girl, she and I dated up until that point. I was already hurting from when I got the news of my mom passing, and I tried to explain it to her, hoping that she would like give me some comfort since we were dating, we were boyfriend and girlfriend, we were close to each other, and well, it hit. She broke up with me that same day, so I was left with thoughts of pain, regret, sadness, and hate. Even though I can't really hate her. The past is past. You can't really get back what you once had. But no, I took a double hitter that day. My mom passed, and I lost the girl that I really thought was my future. Because we dated 4 years. And we were always talking about our plans for the future. And well, I just lost y'all. If y'all notice from my old videos to my videos now, I'm not as energetic as I used to be. I'm not as happy as I used to be. I'm in pain, mentally in pain. I could not talk to anybody after just after that. I distanced myself. I tried to ignore the fact that my mom was gone by just burying my head in work, hanging out with friends that I know aren't going to be my friends for long, because that day my mom passed, it really, really wakes you up. She always said, what would we do if she was dead and gone? And hearing my mom say that, thinking about it now, I don't know what I'm doing with my life anymore. Yes, I went to college and it was all right, but it just feels weird. It just feels weird because she's gone and she's not here no more. And I miss her. I don't talk about it a lot because I know that I have to stay strong. Because in this world, men don't cry. Or at least that's what you hear every day. We suffer in silence. And I just hadn't been in the best headspace since. I've been trying to work on myself, make myself better. But it seemed like the harder I try, the worse that headspace gets. That mentality gets. I try to dive back into YouTube, something that I was passionate about. And don't get me wrong, I'm still passionate, but it's just not that type of passion no more. It used to be stronger. It used to be so much more energetic. It was hope that one day I'll hit a goal and just show my mom that I made it. And now she's up there in heaven, looking down on me and saying, don't cry. I'm proud of what you've become. But you need to learn how to work on yourself. You need to just let yourself grieve. It feels weird. And now that when I think about death, it hurts more and more, really. Because losing my mom was a heavy hitter. But now there's my family. I lost my uncle this year. I wasn't close with him, but I could feel the pain my aunt was going through. I'm sitting around. I was sitting around one day in the room, because I stay by myself now. It feels weird living by myself because I'm so used to being surrounded by family. But I was sitting one day in this room wondering what would happen with my sister, because my sister, she's much more hard-headed than she needs to be, and she's giving our aunt, the one that was taking care of our mom, she's giving her a hard time, and I don't want anything to happen to her. So I'm hoping that like she gets a better headspace, that she works on herself, that way we don't have to worry about her. But I do know one day my sister's gonna die if I don't die before her. It's gonna hurt either way. I could be on my deathbed one day regretting instead of grieving the times that I could have done better, or instead of accepting the facts that this is something that had to happen. I could be looking at my sister on a deathbed and wondering, why? Why this again? You already took my mom. Now you're going to take her too? I'm not saying that my sister's like sick or anything. I'm just setting an example because it's going to hurt even more than it already did. And I'm talking about if I take another death in this family, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I'm pretty close with almost everyone here now. I don't talk to them much, but I'm pretty close to them. And if I take one more death in this family, or one more incident, I'm not going to be in no better headspace than I already am. Thank you all for listening. It's not all that's going on up in this mental, but I feel like that's something that I just hope is a weight lifted off my shoulder and just give me that energy that I once had back. I'm riding the solo train. Well, the single train. I can't be in a relationship knowing that I'm not perfectly attuned to the situation that I'm in. I gotta get used to being by myself. Gotta get used to taking care of myself because one day I'm gonna go too, and I don't want to have any regrets when I do. I want to be able to achieve goals that I never thought I could. Got a whole bucket list written down in a notebook somewhere. I I I gotta get some sleep. I felt like recording at this time was pretty much the best time because when I'm tired, I'm a lot more vulnerable than I am when I'm fully rested. You know, I'm not doing this video for clout or anything. I just wanted to talk to you all about why everything just seems so much different now. I love each and every one of y'all. Cherish your loved ones while they are still alive. Every moment counts. Bye.